credit card debt. Yeah, of course. So that's a really good one. So let's imagine in your current reality, you've got one of those gold cards, and it's a $10,000 card, and you've got $10,000 in debt on your credit card. So it's going to be $0 credit card debt. We see this gap, and the unconscious part of us jumps in straight away and says, you know what? This is a really big gap. You're an idiot. How did we get here in the first place? How on earth are you ever going to pay it off? You know, it'll start to beat you up a little bit. Bit by bit by bit. Yeah, it takes a bit of time, but as we start to get some momentum, it's sort of like, oh yeah, we're getting there. And then once we get to the goal, what usually happens?
We start to generally slide back down
Yeah, we do.
where we came from.
We start this process of entropy, you know, and again, some of that's coming from our unconscious little friend in there, by some sort of mysterious, weird, magical way, create situations and events to make sure that this happens, even if you've paid the full credit card off.
There's a good reason for that.
All of a sudden you get a fine in the mail that you had no idea that was coming in, or you know, your kid falls over, smashes 3 teeth out of the front of its face and needs to have some dental work done. All sorts of weird and wonderful things. They seem unrelated.
Where you find yourself amazingly back up at that same level again.
As we move from our current reality toward our goal, we get more and more tension in the system. Prepare for a new structure. So what would be a great new structure for this scenario?
It's something that you didn't have access to while you're in debt like this.
So we can start to look for, okay, what's next? So we actually change the structure. We get rid of that thing so it's not even in there, and we just keep moving our vision forward, because we're signaling to our brain, the subconscious, which is actually a different part to our unconscious. And we're telling the subconscious that we want more. We don't want to keep playing this game anymore. We actually want to go beyond that.
Beyond this point, this realm here to this unconscious part of your brain is an unknown. You're not this. This is a part of you. So that's why that part of you wants you playing in this familiar realm the whole time.
The new structure is in place because I want what I love, not to live this life over and over and over again. We never get to level up.
In all of the key areas of our life, this sort of thing is going on. You know, what you'd love in life actually exists here beyond that point.
This was our story. We each had 10 grand of credit card debt when we came together. We changed the structure and we haven't had a credit card debt since. We've got the unconscious part of the mind. Yeah, it gets to have its say, but it's not in control.
And when we're conscious, rather than just asleep and running on autopilot, we start to bring true choice back into our lives. You know, when we're unconscious, we think we're choosing, we think we're making choices every day. But the truth of the matter is that we're just rerunning old patterns and old cycles. It is really about moving from an unconscious to a conscious state and regaining your choice back in your life again, which is something you may not have had ever.